Welcome back to another episode of Breaking Waves. On this week's episode,
it's Splash Day!
Leave me up here because I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm pretty excited.
Back underwater.
If you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe and enjoy the show. If you've been following along, you know that Ben and I have been in the boatyard for about the last 6 weeks, working really hard on our boat to get her upgraded and ready to go offshore. I mean, most of us have been working really hard. Good morning! Check out my cool hat! I traded a Breaking Waves shirt for it. Ben has a black line sweater too.
Good morning.
Good morning. Here we are, we're wrapping up and doing some last minute jobs. Woo.
Beautiful new sail from Precision Sails. Heading up our recently refurbished jib sail foil.
Woo.
So crispy.
Oh yeah, and this one we don't have to flake, so I love that it's crispy. Since it did not feel right putting an old, crusty sail up on our brand new refurbished rig, we decided to get a new head sail with Precision Sails and replace whatever was left of our running rigging that was still kind of old. This is when.
Is it too late? So we've hit a little snag here. What's going on, Alie?
When I put the track back in after taking it out to put the electronics in, I had to hammer it out pretty hard, so I really mangled a bit of the aluminum. So there's kind of a lip where the two tracks right here meet, like the mainsail tracks. And it seems as though one of our sliders is stuck on it and it can't come down. So at this point, it's a little sketchy. We're on the hard and our sail is stuck up. There's no wind, but I am going to climb the mast, which you're not supposed to do on the
We're
hard.
only going part way up.
I'm only going up to the first spreader. But I'm using my rock climbers harness, and I'm just gonna climb, but Ben's gonna pull in the slack in case I do fall. I'm just gonna try and get the slider past that little lip. Alright folks, welcome to my new career path, Blake Land. This is what I'm working with. I put this track back in, and it looks like I forgot some screws. To be honest, I took this screw out because when I got up here, it was on an angle out like this, and the slider was getting caught on it. So I took that screw out and I dropped it. And then the slider still didn't get past. So when I looked at it, this track actually wasn't straight. It was a little bit bent that way. You can see that the screw holes don't really line up. So I got Ben to send me up a screwdriver and a hammer, and I just kind of bent it, the lower track here, bent it back into a little bit of a better spot. The slider still didn't pass it perfectly, which leads me to believe this lip, oh god, this lip is maybe preventing it. So I then got him, sorry, my one leg is like not in shape, I guess. So I got him to send me up a file. I thought I would try to file it down, and then as a bonus to this whole filming my adventures, I can also show this to Blackline and be like, help us, please, we don't want this to happen again. Please fix my mistakes, Blackline, thank you. I can't tell right now if Brent would be proud of me for problem solving and getting the job done, or if he'd be disappointed in me for doing a hack job.
You're like the helpless spouse that can't do anything.
That's pretty smooth. I don't really have anything to test it with. Ben? Ben? Did he leave me up here? Because I'm gonna lose my mind. Ben! Benjamin! Not thrilled. Not thrilled.
All right, it's getting late. We got the sail down. Kudos to Alie, who just continues to crush it this entire boatyard experience. She's been really doing a great job. I'm very proud of her. We got the sail down and flaked. Allie's gonna go off to the pub with Kayleen and Ty from All About Spray, and this will be our last pub night here. We've been, by night, I mean they close at like 9, but our last pub dinner here. And I'm just gonna hang around a little bit longer while we got some light, and just gonna do a tidy up. Our deck is still a mess, so I just want the deck to be nice and clean before the surveyor comes tomorrow to give that nice impression, you know? But yeah, it's looking good. We could go sailing as of right now, so. Gotta be honest, I'm both exhausted and excited, and I feel both broke and rich at the same time.
So we spent our last night in the boatyard, celebrating with our friends from All About Spray, who were also there refitting their boat for their offshore passage, which, if you want to check them out, they're on right now.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. It is a very special day today because it's splash day! Finally! The boat looks great on the outside. It's Ben and I just stood and stared at her last night. The inside might be a little bit of a different story, but it's better than it was when it was in project mode, at least. So it's kind of hard to think that it's real. We've been doing this for a long time. We're moving out of our home, which is the boatyard, and which has been the boatyard for the last 6 weeks. So really excited to get back on the water. Really excited. Anxious that something's gonna go wrong, but that's okay.
What was that? Murmur.
Cut. Well done. 10 out of 10.
I'm pretty excited. Day has finally come. I can't wait to try out our new rig.
I feel like we're gonna sail for the first time here. Because now we're going back in the water and we're going down south. There's no, I don't know, I guess we're just one step closer. She's back in!
Stop.
And she's off! We're not spitting water. We're not wobbling.
All the through holes aren't leaking. The shaft seal looks good.
We did okay.
Engine sounds like it's running good.
She's back in the water, baby. Look, I just think this is the cutest, most thoughtful thing. With our old stays, Blackline made us cable ties. They were like, hey, we know you guys are going south. So we took your old stays and we recycled them and made you some cable ties so you can lock up your dinghy. Just as a little extra reason to love them. Oh gosh, my heart. She's like, get me out of this place. Let's go to a beach. Made some pretty solid friendships here and learned a lot. It's been a very intense month. I learned so much. Didn't have a day off until yesterday. I feel like we've made a really big jump.
She's looking ready to go on an adventure, that's for sure.
Yeah, Kiana has become, Kiana's a 10. Well, she's like a 8.5, but a really high quality 8.5.
Things are looking good. All systems go.
Out of here. Ah, yeah. It smells good. The air's cool. We are back on the water, babies. You feel better? Are you happy to be back on the water?
Oh, back underwater.
So nice. Sun's out, guns out. It's warm enough to have my shirt off in the sunshine for the first time in forever. We're back in the water. It's a beautiful day. We're getting ready for a stern tie. And our ship to shore vessel got a little bit loose. Got a little bit loose. Alie is convinced she's not going to go for a swim.
I don't know if swimming's cold.
So since we're stern tied here, we're going to be stern tied eventually. Once Alie gets the... Maybe you could tape that one to the paddle. So we just left Canoe Cove here in Sydney. And we motored up to Portland Island, the northwest side of it. We're in this little cove in here. It's called Royal Cove, I think. And it's a stern tie. We would be right where that boat is now, basically. So we're stern tied, and we got a nice little dock here. I believe there's a bunch of trails and stuff on this island, some nice little beaches. And it's not so far from Sydney, where our truck is, and where we can still use the laundry and the shower from Canoe Cove. So we'll be able to dinghy back to Canoe Cove and do that kind of stuff. So I think it's a good little home base, and look how good this internet is. I mean, we're on the hook, and that is speedy internet. Boom. So we're kind of swinging around right now, so it's doing its thing.
Kind of strange.
So how'd you sleep at anchor?
Oh, gloriously. We slept like 12 hours. We went to bed at like 8. Slept so well. I got up once to check on the dinghy, but slept through the night. It was calm and quiet and glorious, and we wake up and it's like the sun is peeking through. It's so nice to be back on the water. So nice. And although I'd love to tell you that we spent the next couple days doing nothing but sailing in beautiful weather, while we did have good weather, we did have to shake out a couple kinks. And with our newly installed Starlink, we had a bit of figuring out to do with our batteries. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm going to prioritize getting these solar panels hooked up so that we can have a quieter way of charging. I guess the boat work never truly really ends, does it?
All right, exciting times. It's only been a couple hours since I mentioned the power supply issue while Starlink is going. Allie's done most of this job herself. I installed the panels, but she's done all the cabling and controllers. We're not completely hooked up to the bank yet. We're just sort of did a temporary thing to test if it's working. But check it out. So we got both controllers doing their thing. 11 o'clock, we've got 13 amps. And that's after subtracting our Starlink, which is probably about 5 to 8 amps. So we're talking between the two, the 400 watts. She did it. Nice job. Nice job. Allie's been crushing it. She's getting more and more confident. She's tackling all sorts of projects. She still dances. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 She did it. I just make her food and clean up now. And I obviously don't do a very good job of that.
Ben makes the money. He's my sugar daddy.
I'm the wallet. She's the wrench. I'm the wallet. Good job, Alie. We got solar. We got solar. No, high five. What were you saying? We're a modern boat. Yes, we're so modern.
Bruce barks at the Starlink.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Starlink when
When
it
it
moves.
moves, he's like... Those 6 weeks in the boatyard were incredibly challenging and exhausting and intense and very rewarding. We made a lot of friendships. We learned so much. And we made a lot of really great upgrades to our boat. So over the next couple days, as we basked in the sunshine, reveled in the fact that we were back on the water, gazed at Kiana with love in our eyes, tinkered with our electronics, and thought about how Kiana was just that much closer to being ready to go offshore. And were Ben and I ready?
I'm
I don't know about that. But stay tuned and you can find out in our next episodes. Because if nothing else, it was going to be one hell of an adventure. And after all, that's what we were going for. Shout out to our new patrons from the last episode, Chad Bremner, Steve Aspa, Ryan Renart, and Kyle Anders. Thanks for joining the team, guys, and we will see you at the next episode.